Oh, I'm so glad this cell phone is running this entire stream right now.
Oh,
We're
shit.
running Wi-Fi off of just that right there.
Oh, man, you need that. It
This is
charging.
great. All right, so one half of the Best Friends podcast is here now with one half of the Two Locals. So you are one of two locals?
Yes, sir.
Of
I'm
Two Locals?
One of two locals. It's me and my brother.
Hell yeah. So we've got Rich here from Two Locals. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So you guys have brought, looks like, Two Locals. We got Prolific Hazy IPA that we're going to be drinking here.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about the beer while I pour these out for us.
We contract brew. We contract brew out of Mainstay. We have this hazy, we have a brown ale, and a Belgian wit. This hazy is brewed with oats and wheat, hopped with Simcoe and Mosaic. So in the nose, it's really dank, a little bit of pine from this Simcoe. And then in the flavor, you get a little combination of both. So it brings out a little mango, a little pineapple.
Mango on the nose, definitely.
For sure.
Just dipping the nose in there. And I love what you say, Simcoe, the dank, resinous, like things you want to hear that an IPA should taste like.
Exactly.
Which is awesome. But then combining like the juice factor, like you said, like the tropical fruit notes and things like that.
Exactly.
Which is awesome. So cheers, sir.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So you said you contract brew through Mainstay, so O'Reilly's operation then, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. I would say for our podcast, he's been the white whale that we've been trying to like nail down for an interview since we started this.
That'll be a 2-hour interview.
I know, I bet like the dude could talk forever.
Oh, yeah.
But so a little like backstory of where we come from. So we're from the suburbs of Philadelphia, and we grew up drinking Sly Fox beer. Sly Fox beer was, I worked right next door to Sly Fox. At one point, I was living right down the road from Sly Fox. Sly Fox has been kind of a staple for me. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that he opened up his own place, and Mainstay is at the old Yards location, right?
Right.
That's awesome. And he opened up, where it's just like, we have to talk about that beer, like, just to see what he's doing, because we weren't getting Mainstay anywhere near us, and then finally we started getting it. But it's awesome that so you guys are just kind of contract brewing through that. And so how'd you guys get started? How'd the brewery come to fruition?
I started brewing in 2016.
Okay.
I got a 1-gallon kit to make an Irish Red Ale from northernbrewery.com. The beer came out like Irish Red Ale that I've had. So
Success.
So after that, I was just on YouTube and things, reading blogs. I joined the Philly Home Brew Club to
awesome.
Just to meet people that brew, to learn their secrets and to get feedback on my beers. My brother and I, we always had a love for beer. We used to send pictures back and forth and stuff like that of beers that we liked. So after I brewed a couple times, I reached out to him. We started brewing at his house. And in 2018, we made our LLC, and we released our first contract beers in March of this year.
Nice. So you guys contract brew. Do you guys have any sort of like storefront or brick and mortar that you guys sell out of, or is it like online sales with everything?
Yeah, it's only online. We do all the sales and distribution. So we're not in as many places as we would like, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it's still growing. I mean,
yeah.
You guys had a pretty good come up this season. I mean, you guys are going to be at the Eagles games.
yeah. It's pretty dope. The president saw us with our Eagles hats on in one of the articles that we were in. So he reached out to us and asked if we wanted to have our beer at the stadium. But they are also trying to bring in more local establishments. But it's dope, a team that we've watched all our life. And
yeah, right?
Now when you go to the game, make sure you get a Two Locals beer.
Two Locals beer. So you guys are just going to be at all of the stands as like an option there, or are you guys going to have like your own stand separate from everything where like, hey, go check out For Local and section so-and-so or something?
So to start out, we're going to start out at the main craft beer stand, which is the stand on the right of the stadium as you're leaving K-Lot. As you're walking into the stadium, the gate on the right, it's a big beer stand. They sell only craft beer there. So right there, before you go to your seat, get yourself a Two Locals.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's great that craft beer is becoming like more commonplace in sporting events. Like I went to my first Phillies game, and I guess in a year, well, everybody's first Phillies game, coming back after the pandemic, and went around and I'm like, okay, beer really hasn't changed much, and then I went by a craft beer bar, like you said, and I was like, holy shit, is that Levante? Is that? And I'm like, all right, and I go up there and. I had all of this food in my hand, and I told the person, I'm like, hey, do you mind, like, not cracking those cans so I can, like, carry them up? They're like, no, you have to carry open beers and all of those crab fries up to your seat in the nosebleeds. I was like, God damn it. Oh, dude, it was so bad. I was like, I'll tip you $20 right now if you let us do it right now. But, yeah, Two Locals. This beer is really good, man. Like, what's the ABV on this?
It's 6.4.
Okay, standard IPA drinkability then.
Yeah, and we didn't want it to be... it's not going to smack you in the face with the hops. It's more balanced.
It's easy drinking, yeah. I would have guessed like 5, maybe 4. Like it's almost like a session IPA a little bit with the taste on it. Yeah. Mouthfeel it's very light, so it's not
light,
heavy on the mouthfeel.
A little bit of dry, doesn't leave too much.
No, dry is a good way to describe it. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
So what's planned for the future for Two Locals?
Trying to open up this space, man.
Trying to get a space.
That's our focus, It's been great to be able to test our products out in the market and to have some kind of cash flow that we can use to open up our space. But we can't brew when we want and we can't brew what we want. So we're just focused on trying to open up this space in West Philly.
Yeah, I think a space, and I have a friend coming around here, Experimental, he's a home brewer who kind of ships his beer out to people as well. So he doesn't have like the space and everything either. And I think like that's like the next evolution now that we're out of the pandemic is having that space where you can talk to people about beer, like right here at Four Local. Yeah. You get to go around to the tables and talk about the beer with people. And I think that tasting room experience is what people have been missing.
Yeah.
So like a beer fest like Four Local here where people are coming around and talk, like representatives from the breweries, either the brewer or somebody who's affiliated, talking about the beer with you is bringing back those tasting room vibes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's something, it's been sorely missed by everybody coming out of like the last year.
Yeah. A lot of people go to Craft Hall because they hear that our beer is brewed there, but you can't buy our beer there. So
oh, really?
It just shows that we need our own space so people can
exactly. People are looking for Two Locals. I mean, I've talked to my counterpart Tom. I'm like, we got to get Two Locals. I mean, I slid in your DMs. It's okay. You left me on red. It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, it happens a lot. It's fine.
I don't know if it was me. But yeah.
Guys, just leave me on red over here. But I mean, we were like, we gotta get their beer, man. It just sounds awesome. Like you guys, you said you're the first black-owned brewery in Philadelphia.
Yeah, in Philadelphia, first to market. Harris family, they're out of Harrisburg. They got their LLC first. So.
Yeah, and out of Harrisburg. Actually, I think they were supposed to just they were gonna come here and just hang out. I don't know if they were bringing beer, but they were just gonna be like, oh, we're coming here to hang out.
I would have loved to see my black brewing brothers.
I know. Actually, I think Harris was going to be like my steady guest host who was going to help me interview people because I'm usually the second banana on this podcast. Like my counterpart's usually the main host. So like right now you're getting like the second guy here. You're getting like the assistant manager. Like when you want to speak to the manager and you get me, they're like, he's not the manager.
Well, hey, if you ever can talk to the Harris family, I'm sure Tim and Sean. They're great people. Sean is a funny guy. Tim loves to drink.
And they contract brew too, right?
No, they have their own space, but
they have their own space now. Okay.
Just working to try to get everything that they need to open up their own space.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, so they got their space. I think they're just getting the equipment and everything now. I was hearing about they were brewing through other places like Susquehanna and some of the areas out there in Harrisburg, helping them out with some of their...
I'm not too familiar with that. I don't know. I know they do collabs like we have been, but...
Awesome.
I wish them all the luck because the better they do, the better that we can do. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should definitely do Central PA meets East Coast kind of collaboration and everything. Sure. That'd be awesome.
I can't wait until we open. I'm definitely going to have a collab with them.
Oh, definitely. So. That's awesome, man. Well, going back to the beer, I think this was awesome. Do you guys have any new releases coming up? Anything that you guys are stoked on that's going to be hitting shelves or hitting the online ordering?
Our Belgian Wit, it's been a long time that we've been talking about it, but I think it's going to come out at the end of this month. That's
a highly underrated beer style.
Yeah.
People don't people don't like the Belgian wit either because they either don't like Belgians or they don't like a wit beer, like a wheat beer.
Yeah.
And I think like the Belgian is almost like the middle ground where I think like both of those people can kind of agree on that it's a good beer.
Yeah.
But they stay away from it.
I think it's a good intro into what craft beer is. I mean, I can't tell you how many people know what a Blue Moon is.
Yeah. I always talk about it like there's certain ways like a Belgian wit can be like done where like you could get a little bit less fruit esters and be a little bit more refreshing, or you can go full Belgian with it.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of like how much I guess heat that you're doing in the fermentation.
Yeah. How high you ferment, but we like ours to be nice and citrusy. We actually add lemon peels to ours on top of the orange and the coriander.
Oh, nice.
So it's gonna be crisp, light, citrusy. We wanted it to be for the summer because that's really what it's for, but we're still going to put it out. You know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, people still want something to crush in the fall, too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many heavy beers, just having a break and stuff would be
for sure.
Be awesome to do.
For sure, and then something with a lot of flavor, you know. So
hell yeah.
It'll work out.
Definitely. So I'm going to get you back to some of the paying customers here that are out there. If you want to plug your social media, go right on ahead.
Instagram at Two Locals, Facebook at Two Locals Brewing, and twolocalsbrewing.com if you would like any beer. We deliver in Philly. If you're outside of Philly, I'm sorry.
Sorry, outside of Philly.
Sorry.
Awesome, man. Hey, appreciate it, man. Hey, guys, we'll be right back with another brewery. So, see you.